Hello and welcome to Walking the Earth podcast. I'm Justin Castle, calling in from Astoria, New York. I'm proud to announce that this week's episode is our first ever guest-hosted episode. What does that mean? That means somebody went out there in the world, recorded a conversation that they found interesting, and sent it to us. If you have an idea for an episode, you want to be a guest on the podcast, or you have your own conversation that you recorded, you can send it to us. You can email me at justin@wtepodcast.com or mike@wtepodcast.com. Make sure it's in MP3 format and no more than 30 to 40 minutes. Anyway, back to this week's episode. Our guest host, Amy, who you meet in the previous episode of Walking the Earth podcast, is traveling to Germany and meets up with her friend Nina, who is in Berlin. Nina is a Persian-German-American, a two-time refugee who has experienced 22 years of statelessness. And basically, Amy and Nina are sitting in Nina's apartment having this conversation, which you're about to hear. The audio is a little bit raw, but the conversation is so good, we just wanted you to hear it. Anyway, here is Amy and Nina in Berlin. Enjoy.
Hi, welcome to Walking the Earth podcast. I'm Amy, guest hosting, and I'm with my amazing friend Nina. Can I say her last name?
Yeah.
Kamui, Nina Kamui. We're in this fucking crazy balcony in Berlin, in Charlottenburg. Where are we?
Charlottenburg, yeah.
Charlottenburg. And I've known Nina for a long time. I met her when she was visiting Baltimore. So you are a two-time refugee, 22 years of statelessness, third culture, Persian-German-American, most recently and most importantly now a mom. And you recently finished your master's in European literature on something cool. You work for an interesting publication that is communist or something.
Yeah, it was communist. It's not really
one of those leftist things. Okay.
A collective. It started as a collective.
And you were doing translation for refugees here for a while.
Exactly. So when there was a huge surge of refugees from Afghanistan. I was doing Farsi translations for them in hospitals, and also a lot over the phone because I was pregnant and I couldn't really I wasn't that mobile.
Well, yeah. Wait, why do people speak Farsi in Afghanistan?
It's Dari and Pashto. These are all dialects and they're related to Farsi. So I could talk to them and understand them, and they understood me. But it wasn't always smooth translation, but I did the best I could.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the craziest or nicest thing you were able to pass on for someone?
Well, there was actually, I think the most intense thing, because I was pregnant, was I did this translation for a couple, an Iranian couple. It wasn't weren't refugees, but they had a kid. I mean, the woman was pregnant and the kid was sick. So, I had to translate that her child probably had a cyst in his heart and his brain. And I had to translate this, and I was pregnant at the same... I was pregnant, she was pregnant, my baby was healthy. I was, privileged in every way, more privileged than her, and I was oh my God, I'm so sorry that I have to tell you these news. But I also told her that modern medicine, isn't always exact or truthful in every way, and that she shouldn't be too worried when they tell her that her child has a cyst in her brain, in its brain, I guess, because sometimes people with cysts in their brains can survive.
Yeah, modern medicine definitely isn't everything.
Yeah.
It definitely we think of our medicine as exact and the cure for everything, and there can't be anything else that we haven't discovered yet.
Yeah.
Have you been able to keep in touch with anybody
No, but I offered them to call me again, but they didn't. And there was one family that kept. I think that's the baby.
Oh, that's the baby.
Yeah, I think they kept in touch with me like beyond one of the translation sessions, I guess. And I had to help them find their way to Sweden.
Sweden?
Yeah.
Well, what's wrong with here?
Because at some point everyone realized, or a lot of people realized that. Well, also Germany had this like. Did you stop it?
No, I can if you need
Okay,
to.
no, it's fine. I guess I'll stop talking and I'll go to the baby and then we can continue later.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like at some point Germany decided we're not going to take Afghan refugees anymore.
Just Afghan?
Afghan, and also Eastern European, because a lot of them were also refugees from their countries. But anyway, so like at some point they realized this, and the Afghan refugees were like, oh shit, what are we gonna do? So people decided to go to Sweden. So it was a lot of people going to Sweden so they could get help there or support, because they thought that Germany wasn't going to give them the support, which is true.
So does Germany accept, like, who does Germany accept right now?
Right now it's mostly Syrians, but I think some of the Afghan people that came before a certain time are also being helped or accommodated or, yeah, etc.
Okay, I can pause this
Yeah.
while you do baby stuff.
I'll bring her here. And
Oh no. Nina has a 3-month-old beautiful baby named Nusha. It's a Farsi name. I think it means like light or like something cute, whatever. And we're gonna have to deal with that in a good way. Okay, so now there's a baby here. She looks content. Okay, so we were talking about refugees in Berlin.
Yeah.
If we can.
Yeah, we can. She will allow us. Won't you?
Well, what is it? So Nusha is an American?
She will be an American and a German, but she will not be an Iranian because my husband is not a Muslim.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So that, okay.
So he would have to become a Muslim, I think, to become... So she could... It's kind of funny, I guess.
Maybe I should pause this again. Well, you were just like breastfeeding an infant. When you're like in Berlin as like someone who grew up here for 11 years and then in America for like 10 years, but you've always been Iranian. Like, what is it like to have a baby here? Like, do you feel like people look at you as a German, as just like a woman with dark hair, as an American? Because you can speak all 3 languages, like, kind of perfectly, and you're educated.
Well, like, that's a really difficult question, because that's, I think, what's been haunting me all of my life. It's like, what am I? Am I German? Am I American? Am I Iranian? I feel like I've had, like, I'm going through certain phases. So, like, right now I rediscovered my German side, I guess, through the last 6 years of Berlin. And now I'm going through an Iranian phase, like, deeply, intensely. My journey in finding myself, I guess, in Berlin, that was ended kind of in a dark way. And it ended with me realizing I will never be German, I guess.
Do you want to be?
No, but I guess I just had to accept the fact that I will never have a sense of place the way that, like, a lot of people have.
Is that, like, you, or are people treating you that way?
Okay, so, yeah, it was like I had a lot of German friends at the beginning because I was trying to, like, figure out what... I wanted to understand the German mindset. I wanted to be it. And, like, so I felt like, excluded in their jokes and in their, like, their references and the things they knew about German history and TV and stuff. And, yeah, so I felt like an outsider.
But, like,
I've had people be racist fucks to me, yeah. I've had people be real, like, something that happened to me, like, I don't know why this shit happens to me more now that I have a baby or that I'm pregnant. When I was pregnant too, like weird shit happened to me where I was like people were so rude to me. Like one time, like this guy like drove up, like I was like crossing the street and he was like driving really fast towards us and I showed him the middle finger like, how dare you drive that fast? Like, I'm crossing the street and I'm pregnant. You need to slow the fuck down. And the dude got out of the car and said, I'm gonna break your fucking fingers, you bitch.
Oh my god.
And I was like, what? Like, I do this in fucking Baltimore City or like, and nothing happens, you know what I mean? And suddenly I do it in Berlin and I'm pregnant. I'm fucking pregnant and the dude is such an asshole. And he didn't stop. He would not stop until I backed the fuck down. And I didn't back down. I just walked away.
This is why you should carry a gun with you.
I swear to God.
But do you think, like, you're noticing this because you're, like, more present
in reality?
In reality.
Yeah, I think that might be it. And then, like, the other day, I was, like, not the other day, like, 2 months ago, no, like, 5 months ago.
Yesterday?
Yeah, I was at a party, and this white German asks me if I'm circumcised because I'm Iranian.
Oh my god.
And I was like, he didn't mean it in like a naive, I don't know way. He meant it in a ha ha ha, I'm gonna put you down way.
Whoa,
And I was like, oh my
god.
Like, I was like, this is worse than being called a terrorist, this is worse than being called a Muslim whatever. This is like really deep and dark. Like asking a pregnant woman, I was pregnant at the time, asking me if I'm circumcised. I was like, you disgusting piece of shit. And then I told people, like, I didn't react that way, and I'm still upset about it. I tried to act in a diplomatic way, and
I would have been like, here's my pussy, like,
lick it.
Like, yeah, eat it, and then I'm gonna stab you in the face at, like, the moment of orgasm.
Yeah.
Or something.
Son of a bitch.
Whoa. But you're not even Muslim.
No, I guess I'm not, but I guess I am.
No
I'm not
offense.
sure.
We'll be whatever.
Yeah, I'm not Muslim, but I have like Muslim roots, and it's like if you're gonna be that much of an asshole. But anyway, so yeah, stuff like that has happened, like, or people looking at me weird. Yeah, I mean,
just like since you've been here.
Since I've been here, like stuff like that has happened occasionally, where people are, like one time I was like at a hospital with like refugees. And
like recently?
Yeah, recently too, and like, whoa, she just pooped.
Wait, how do you know?
Do you hear the volcano erupting in her
I thought that was her mouth, because she was like farting, like making farty. Oh wait, she's pooping, and she's looking me in the eye. Whoa. I have never like looked someone in the eye while they were shitting. Yeah, this is like some kind of a fetish thing. Now you're laughing.
But yeah, so like I was standing in line like trying to get food for them, and then the woman starts talking to them in like this like Italian like accent, like not hero, thero, you know what I mean? Like
go eat the spicy meatball. Like,
yeah,
that's
Wait, like what? As if like we were Italians or something. I was like, look, we can speak German. Like we're not like, what the fuck are you like talking to some weird accent for? Like with like these weird like words. I was like, we speak German, and then she was like, oh. But yeah, it's just like stuff like that sometimes where I get upset.
Well, how much of like all this stuff do you think is people being mean versus people like literally having no idea that they're being racist, or like they think you're Italian or like American or Spanish or something like?
Yeah, I guess like that's a fine line, but if I feel offended, I'm gonna say something. I guess that's the litmus test of is it racist or not. Is if I'm offended, then you did something wrong.
Okay.
And you're gonna pay for this.
Yeah, but like you are really cool and knew about all the places to be before they became places to be. So like how did you did something right for a while, or maybe like overdid it socially, but like...
Yeah, I had a little too much fun, I guess, in Berlin, but like... Yeah. It's also connected to other things, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yesterday we were in Moabit. You know how you say it? Which it seems like it's becoming a new up-and-coming neighborhood, but it's not there yet. And we were hanging out with two of your artist friends at Lucas's place, Artworks. Is that how you say it? Artworks. And you said you lived in Moabit for a year?
A year and a half, yeah. And it used to be like mostly Arabic migrants. And then, you know, artists heard about it. Rent is cheap, the houses are still old and not really like done up yet.
It wasn't really developed, like I didn't...
Yeah, there's no development there yet, but it's coming, it's totally coming. It's gonna hit that neighborhood in the next year, like crazy.
So before that, Neukölln was the cool place?
Exactly, before that Neukölln was like the hip place, now that's been gentrified, and
then before that was Friedrichstein? Or like part of...
Exactly, before that was Friedrichstein, and then before that was Prenzlauer Berg. Prenzlauer Berg, yeah.
I will never be able to say that. Oh, that's where Sasha lived.
Exactly.
Prenzlauer Berg.
Schöneberg used to be kind of cool too, but that's where David Bowie like recorded his music.
Yeah, that's like the gay area now.
Exactly.
Yeah, I went to like a
there used
sex
to be
museum.
some like fascists that lived there too. Like it's kind of like sometimes known for being a little bit fascist.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there were like skinheads in Moabit too, or something.
Well, they demonstrated through the neighborhood. They did, I guess, Pegida, which is like this...
Pegida?
Pegida, which is this like racist, pro-Germany group, I guess, that demonstrates against migrants and for jobs for Germans and stuff like that. So they marched through a mostly Arabic community, like purposely. And, like, a lot of people, like, reacted to that, you know? And some people were like, don't react. Why do you react? Let them be free, let them speak their mind. I was like, no, I'm going to tell them that they're shitty. Like,
yeah.
They should hear from me that they're shitty.
So they're just marching, they're not, like, physically doing stuff?
There have been attacks on refugees. There have been all kinds of things in that vein. Yeah, there have been attacks. I don't have a specific case in mind right now. But there has been violence because of it.
And more so since, like, Syria, since, like, 5 years ago or so when, like, the Arab uprising started, or just always this has been...
Well, it's always been an issue like this, but the Syrian thing is the newest, I guess. They're the newest scapegoats for the Germans.
Okay.
For the Germans.
So, for the record, I've been here for a while, and I have not seen one... I don't know necessarily how you can tell someone's a refugee, but I haven't seen any camps or people who are like, hey, I'm a refugee. I've seen a couple of t-shirts, refugees welcome, a couple of signs and stickers, but they're... Like, America makes it out to be like there's this huge crisis. Europe is, like, overflowing with these hungry, starving, helpless people, and I don't see them. And I don't know, like, what can we do? Should we do anything? Or, like, how do we try to help without fucking things up? Because the U.S. always does that.
Well, the U.S. should just accept refugees. Like, I think that's, like, horrible. They didn't take any.
No, we did. Like Baltimore
20?
Rescue Committee took a lot.
But I don't think that much.
But it's such a no, not enough. It's also such a process.
Like, the country has so much space, so many resources. Like, they could have really taken much more. And, like, for instance, Germany took, like, I don't know how much, like, 1 million.
Whoa.
And yeah, so, like,
are they able to like work, or do they just have to stay in like designated spaces and like not move?
That takes a while. Like, they're working on like putting people, like giving people work, putting them in school, or teaching them German and stuff, and like Germany is really into this word integration.
Integration.
Like integrating people, which I think is also racist in some way. Like why do people need to be integrated? Maybe they don't want to be integrated. Maybe they're just 60 years old and can't learn a language, you know, because it's like, you know what I mean? Make those resources available, but don't force people to take some class so that they can be part of your society.
And a lot of times the classes are like things you have to take to pass are like impossible exams.
Yeah.
Or like designed for failure anyway.
Exactly. So those are the things that are happening.
Yeah.
And the German language is kind of not easy to learn.
It just,
the grammar is
it's such an ugly language, and everything, like the words are so long, like Schmuttenbergen, Mittenwurstenberger, or whatever.
Yeah.
That just means like wall.
Yeah. And so English is way easier, and
Maybe.
yeah, so it's tough for people to integrate in quotation marks because the language sucks.
Maybe we can talk about some like happier things.
Yeah. Like
well, I guess
clouds in the sky?
The clouds. Well, do you want to say anything about your thesis and like?
Yeah, so I did this thesis, Gender and Space in the Literature of the Iranian Diaspora. And I kind of like analyzed a third space that I designated as a space where the writer or the narrator is able to figure out discrepancies within her identity.
Like through writing?
Through just the story, through the narrative.
Okay.
So, or certain characters.
So like
You can ask.
I don't know. I don't like. Is there familiar literature or like books that you would recommend people to read and like translations?
Yeah.
Where you can just talk a little bit more.
Yeah. So Shanush Parsipour wrote this book called Women Without Men. Well, I'm kind of upset about this master's thesis because, sorry, like when I talk about it, I always get upset because my professor gave me a critique that was really harsh, and I still feel kind of upset about it.
Maybe you could. Have you thought about like doing something more with it, not like to please them, but to expand it?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do some more with it.
Cool.
Well, I was told that like my thesis was wrong in a feminist sense. Like the book was not feminist, and I should have criticized it more. But it was written by an Iranian woman, and yeah. So this is one of the things I was upset about. But yeah, it's a really good book. It's about like it follows the lives of Iranian women. There's also a movie that was made about it.
What's the movie called?
The movie is called Women Without Men.
Well, I like the title.
Yeah.
I think.
So it just follows these women, and it's like in some ways I guess radical, in some ways it's not, but I think it like involves kind of like the whole spectrum of the feminine voice. Like it doesn't just have like the radical queer feminist. It has like everything in it, you know. It has the married woman, it has the pregnant woman, it has the mother, it has the everything. So yeah.
Do you think that like living here, this is like why you're writing and studying what you're studying?
Yeah.
Or from your own experiences that led you to that?
Yeah, definitely. Like the gender thing, I definitely reflected on a lot. What am I? Am I a man? Am I a woman? What am I? Am I a human being?
You're
that
like
kind of thing.
Nina.
Yeah, and then I realized, whoa, I'm Nina.
Whoa.
And then like space, I think, is also very interesting because figuring out like what space means, what environment means, what like effects certain rooms or situations have on a human being. That was very interesting to me. So the third space was like a fictive world in which the narrator was able to deal with, like I said, discrepancies in identity, like, yeah.
Is there any kind of conclusion?
The conclusion, no, it was just like a description of that situation, I guess, in these novels.
So it's like, I don't know, existing in a perpetual state of, I don't know, discomfort or like not having
So
home?
So what I said was like the third space was like a way to solve a lot of these discrepancies, and that was my conclusion, I guess.
Huh. Well, cool. I don't want to go into this more because it's like difficult, I think, to explain to some people. But
I also haven't I did this like 2-3 years ago, and I've had a lot of stuff happen between that.
Yeah. Can you talk about like some fun times in like some of the places you've lived? Like you've just lived so many parts of this city.
Yeah, like fun times.
Yeah.
Yeah, like adventures.
Yeah, or like
one
a silly
time I like squatted the university, and that was really funny.
You like lived in Humboldt University.
In the lecture room where Albert Einstein gave his theories on relativity. So we squatted that fucking lecture hall. It was like the biggest lecture hall at Humboldt University, and we were like 4 people at the end still squatting. So it was like 4 people hanging out in this giant room.
What does squatting mean here? Like
Squatting
just hanging out, or like living and like shitting and fucking and eating and sleeping?
I mean, I guess it means different things to different people, but ours was like, we had a political agenda, I guess.
Okay.
We wanted, a place that we design ourselves, for ourselves, and in which we can have political discussions, philosophical, feminist, queer, whatever. We could just like live ourselves in this room without like the university giving us any kind of structure or telling us when or why or when, you know what I mean? Like we wanted a key, we wanted it to be our room.
Yeah, whoa.
And in the end we got that room.
Oh, wow.
We did, but
okay.
They changed but I guess someone made a mistake or something happened and we lost that room again. I talked to the president of Humboldt University once even.
Oh, dang.
We had a meeting with him and he called me like an arrogant woman. And I was like, you son of a bitch. Don't say that to me. He's a real conservative, and I was literally I was just sitting there looking like I look, and he called me arrogant. I don't know.
I don't know, if this happened in America, there would be like so many articles like in city papers, on like Gawker, like on these websites, like racist man is like super racist and sexist to like awesome like Iranian woman, and then like he would be stoned to death, or not stoned to death, well, like he would be destroyed on the internet. And I can't believe like that doesn't really happen here. You just have to not give up, but
I guess that you have the freedom to,
or I just thought like,
well, not always, because the cops here are getting way more aggressive. Berlin after the fall of the wall was a kind of like free city. Like you could do anything. There were so many buildings that were empty. Like there was so much infrastructure that wasn't like being used. So like there were squats that were made and like.
But like that's the idea that I had of it, and like have experienced here. Like just do whatever and have fun. And then I hear about like bad shit, and like what Flu was saying yesterday, like it's getting harder and like crack down more on like drugs, and gentrification is happening everywhere. I guess it's really the opposite of what I thought this city was like. Maybe because I'm hanging out with real people and not like privileged German.
Yeah, like it
Partiers.
used to be like way more open, way more free. And that's why like a lot of us are like disillusioned a little bit by it.
Yeah.
But there are still pockets of freedom to be found. But it's harder and harder to find them. And they're being pushed out more and more. And I guess the city is kind of turning into like the next New York, and with the gentrification happening and prices of rent going up really high. Like it's becoming almost unaffordable. Like I remember like renting out an apartment for 250 euros.
Yeah, and you were talking about like a room for 50 or 100 a month. Like
yeah, I mean that's cheap, but like it's still not what it used to be. Like it used to be way easier, and like Jon, for instance, is from Berlin. Jon is my partner. And he's from Berlin, and he like says, yeah, it used to be totally different here. Like,
what happened? Do you know? Can you like point something like
yeah,
Angela
just
Merkel,
like
9/11?
Yeah, like it became really popular, and everyone wanted to live here, and like money arrived here, and power wanted to have a piece of the cake.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But still, though, like Berlin has 3.5 million people. New York has like 8 million. There are still so many more like parks, and there is so much open space. And people don't seem devastated if they miss the train. Like in New York, if you miss your like ride that comes another like in 9 minutes, you just see people like, oh, like my life is over. I have to go back to Starbucks.
Yeah.
Like it is calmer, at least in what I've seen.
Yeah, it's definitely not like this. Like sometimes I felt in the States after coming from a small city in Germany. When I moved to the States to Baltimore, I was like, whoa, there's more in the streets. People are like, it's like a fight constantly to like survive. Like in Germany, people are way chiller, and they help each other, they watch out for each other, but I guess like, and they also know how to enjoy life. Like hedonism is a big thing here. Hedonism, like this idea that you should enjoy your life to the fullest. Like pleasure is all.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, so like that's a huge thing. Like people just like believe in Genuss. Enjoyment. Yeah, like you enjoy your cigarette. You don't just like chain smoke the shit out of it. You enjoy it. You enjoy your glass of wine. You enjoy your food. Like you don't just like stuff like fried chicken into you, or like I don't know, a hamburger, or like fries. You're
aware of what you're doing, and you
awareness,
feel it.
Exactly.
Awareness.
Like, really into like awareness. And like being grateful for what you have. Like even if you have little, like Germans are very, very, like I've known people who like live off of welfare who are like the happiest people on earth. It's like, wow.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's taught me a lot too.
Okay.
I'm on welfare. What's up?
I have Obamacare. It's great. Is that what you love most about Germany?
Yeah, it's like kind of like this social mentality that like, hey, I don't exist alone in this world. Like we all have to share what we have, because if one person doesn't share, or if like some people don't share and just hog all the shit, all the resources, then like no one's gonna have anything anymore.
Capitalism.
Yeah, like if you don't share, like who's gonna help you when your fucking company crashes and you fucking die? You know what I mean? Like who's gonna help you when your kid has cancer? Who's gonna give you a hug?
The government bailouts will hug you.
Yeah, no, you gotta just like give out hugs to get hugs, yo. Like
yeah,
it's not like
okay.
You can't just like take all the hugs. You know? Like,
I don't know, this baby's kind of taking everything right now.
Yeah.
But she'll give back. She better. So what about Baltimore? Like, what do you like about going back to Baltimore besides that, like, I'm usually there and your parents are there?
Baltimore, oh my god. Baltimore is just like fun. It's just like, it's itself. It's, like, not self-conscious. I feel like it's just like, hey, I'm here, like, take it or leave it. And there's some cities that are very self-conscious. I would say, like, DC.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like,
gross.
Like, am I cool enough? Am I, like, rich enough? Am I, like, you know, all these things. And, like, Baltimore's just Baltimore.
Do you like going back and forth between Baltimore and Berlin?
Yeah, that's what I do, and I love doing that, but I also would, like, maybe even move back at some point.
Okay.
Yeah, but, like, I don't know, I kind of don't want to stick around Berlin too long. I always get, like, these, I guess people in Germany say Hummeln im Arsch, which means bees in the butt.
Hummeln im
Arsch.
Hummeln im Arsch.
Yeah, so you're like, you've got bees in the butt,
Wait.
so you need to, like, you can't feel like you have to move because these bees are, like, in your butt.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you know the song Bees in the Trap by Nicki Minaj?
No, is it good?
It's, like, really good.
Oh my god.
I don't understand what it's about, and I've, like, looked up the lyrics so many times, but I still don't get it.
Yeah.
But it's great.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll listen to that. I haven't even, like, I heard about this thing in the States.
Oh, like, I can't even?
Yeah, like this even
It's a meme.
thing. Oh, okay. I thought it was, like, a real thing.
It's like a reaction. Like, you see a baby, this baby, like, chilling in this fucking chair thing with
and just like,
a cat.
I can't even.
Like, I can't even.
It's just, like, so cute. I can't even exist.
It's like I want to give love, to, like, eat, and to, like, orgasm, and to squeeze the baby. Like, you want to have many feelings all at once.
Okay.
What is there a German word for, like overflow? Yeah, I don't even know.
And I don't think they have this yet, but I think it'll at some point arrive here too. Germans love American culture.
Oh,
but
yeah.
they don't like American politics, so they'll love you and they'll hate you at the same time.
Picky.
Yeah.
Has having a baby and being in Germany inspired you to write more?
Yeah, like having a baby has, like, has kind of, like, solved an issue in me. There was, like, a knot inside of me that I've been able to open with her. And also with finishing my master's
You mean, like,
thesis
opening your vagina?
Yeah, like, I opened my vagina, I feel like I opened my heart.
Whoa.
So, yeah, no, like, I figured out, okay, these are the important things in life. Like, happiness. Like, I can give her food and stuff, but, like, what really makes her happy is when I'm with her and I look into her eyes. Like,
does it
like,
matter?
these toys don't matter to her. Like, if I'm
right
with her,
now.
Yeah, I guess. But right now, she's just, like, happy, like, when I'm with her.
Do you think you could be happy with her in one place and, like, not as happy with her in another? Or it doesn't matter because, like, she is home and she is your location?
I think I'd be happier if my family was there because I feel like I'm missing kind of out on the Iranian side of myself. That's why I'm really, like, adamant about, like, keeping up with Iranian things or meeting Iranian people or eating Iranian food. Like, I gobble that shit up like it's fucking, I don't know.
But you can find that here?
I have that here, the resources, but my next trip is going to be Iran.
Yeah, we're gonna...
her.
And I'm gonna go too.
Yeah, and you're coming with us, and
yeah.
I have to see Iran. Like, that's, like, before I die, I need to see Iran. But it's, like, not even before I die. Like, I want to go to Iran a lot. I want to have a relationship to that country. Like, otherwise I'll go insane again soon. Like, I don't know how many years it'll take, but I'll go insane.
Okay, well, let's go. We'll make this happen.
Let's go. Do you want me to talk about drugs?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
talk
cool.
about...
So drugs, like, the thing that I really liked about Berlin is, like, they had a really open drug culture. Like, you could, like, get them easily and consume them easily without issues. Like, you just have, like, a mirror, like, in the park, and you just, like, snort your stuff. Or, like, you just, like, take shrooms anywhere and it's fine. And, like, people are high all the time and it's fine. You know what I mean? And people are, like... Germans aren't like that they'll, like, look down on someone, like, oh, you're high, you're bad.
Yeah, that was what struck me. Like, so many people do heroin. Is that what you say? Like, doing heroin? Or,
I
like,
guess, yeah.
And they're, like, functional,
Yeah.
And yeah, just like in America, like, oh, you're a evil rapist, criminal, bad guy.
If you're an addict, or I guess if you consume anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is like fun drug or like what? Because you came here and things were very different in I think 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
Whenever you
The
came.
beginning of 2010.
And
what was your question? Sorry.
like what is? Because you got really cool and you like what was the scene you were in like? Where was it and
so
what
I
was it?
like kind of part of like the psytrance scene, I guess, dark psy, like
Dark
like
music?
is a certain kind of music, yeah, but like they're like, I guess, psychedelics, yeah, like I guess hippies, yeah, you call them like hippies, but like real hippies, not ones that go around and be like, oh my god, heart, and like, oh my god, sun, and stuff. So they're like people who are really real about like, they know about suffering in the world, but they also like want to take their fucking drugs and enjoy them.
So kind of like Buddhist-y?
I don't know, like everything, like they're very spiritual individuals, and there's a whole movement here that's also connected to Guage, which is like this. It's this DJ.
Okay. Wait, talk about the DJ.
Yeah, so this DJ, he like I think started this movement in Germany. He like went to Goa and he like was into
Goa, India.
Yeah, and he was like into electronic music.
Yeah, okay.
And
there's a big scene there for psychedelic music.
Yeah, so like he started this he started doing I guess trance music, psychedelic trance music, and like that was really big for a while. Is still big, and like they have festivals that are based on his like. All of these festivals that happen are kind of like based on
like here?
Kind of, yeah.
Have you been to any?
I've been to smaller festivals and I've been to like smaller parties, but I haven't been to any big festivals yet. Maybe that time will come, but I don't know if I'm the person for that many people at once.
Yeah. Okay, so this DJ and this kind of music, and what kind of like psychedelics would you do when you listen to it?
Whoa, like I didn't always listen to.
Or you as in like one.
Yeah, like I would like listen, like I would take, oh my god, I would take like DMT and like ketamine and like, but we would like do various things. Sometimes we would go walk around, sometimes we would sit and enjoy each other's company, sometimes we would listen to any kind of music. Like I listened to anything, yeah. Just hang out on drugs.
Was there a scene you moved into after the psytrance thing?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like after that, I made my own scene. Oh yeah, oh my god, after that I got into the fucking sprayer scene here.
The sprayer scene, oh that is really big and it's still cool, right?
Yeah,
like
that's really cool. Like people still spray their names all over and they love New York sprayers. They're like really into Dandy and like those are like the biggest role models for them, like 80s, I guess 80s, right? Yeah, that was like the 80s sprayers in New York.
So what's interesting about the like graffiti spraying scene in Berlin is that it's not like giant art murals and like in the way that it is in I don't know, Baltimore. It's more about like having your name, just your name, like everywhere, and it's not even your name, it's your like initials of your nickname or of your crew. Yeah. And I would be like, I want to spray like a princess cat like on a boat like eating potatoes, and it's like, no, just write like cat or something.
Yeah, but so, there's also a street art scene, so they do kinds of murals, I guess, but not murals, I guess they do like everything, but yeah, so like I was in like U-Bahn tunnels, and I was like...
The U-Bahn is the subway of Berlin.
Yeah, and like I was like helping them like spray. I sprayed a little bit too, and like experienced some fun adventures doing that, but...
Like what? Did you ever get hit by a train?
I didn't get hit by a train, but I witnessed like, not witnessed, but I definitely had a partner or a lover, I guess, who got hurt, which was really horrible. And like, you hear about people like dying, and like, no one in our group of friends died, but like, you also have like cops and oh yeah, Yoon has like something now where he might have to pay $1,000
For like
$2,500 or go to
whoa,
jail
for spraying.
Yeah, so they're
in
getting
public?
they're getting way more harsh about like the punishment.
Yeah, it seems
It used to be chiller.
like they're getting harsh about a lot of things.
Yes.
Maybe you should come to Baltimore.
Yes. Yeah, I should come back to
Because it's
Baltimore.
like easier.
Can you turn off
baby.
the
Yeah.
vibration?
Okay, I think I turned it off. We just took a baby out of this like vibrating music chair, and now she's sitting on Nina and like giving me the eyes again. Yeah.
She loves you.
Good, she better. I'm gonna buy her a lot of stuff. So I know you want to go to Iran. What are
Will you
some...
come with me so I
I
can...
really want to, yeah.
But will you also come with me so I can change your diaper? You can just bring the thing with me.
Can't you just like figure... Can't you get an app for her butt?
To get clean?
Yeah, I'm sure that there will be an Android thing for that. Yeah. Oh wait, you're asking me right now to... Okay, now we're gonna change the baby.
What
So-
were you gonna ask me?
Some other things that you really want to do before you die. They don't have to just be travel.
I
but,
definitely want to travel more. I want to like write a couple of books, like fiction books. I want to.
Oh, ew.
Yeah.
Ew, oh my god, baby butt poop.
Baby butt
Ew.
poop, it's yellow.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I just want to see more, and I definitely want to like write a lot more, and I like want to like write a lot more. Like writing is very important, and I also want to do like things that are important and good, like help people, and like I don't want to like chill at home too much.
Well, I don't think you like... It seems like you've been doing all of that already.
Oh,
Like helping...
I've been chilling a lot though.
That's
But I'm
okay.
also a mom now, I guess.
Right.
I'm gonna have to wash her butt.
Okay, cool.
But are you?
Almost done. I guess like, can you, if you have some poetry online right now?
Yes.
Where can people check that out?
It's like I don't remember the address.
Okay, well I can.
But you could just like enter Nina Kamui, I guess, and find maybe some things.
Okay.
Online.
We can put your information on the website.
Yeah.
And do you have anything to say about like the publishing thing you were working for? I don't.
Okay. Rotbuch Verlag
Verlag.
was a collective publishing group that started in like the 70s in Western Germany. But it has
The
now,
free side.
Yeah, but I'm gonna criticize the fuck out of it now because it's not what it used to be. And it's like kind of commercial now, so I don't even care if they hear this, to be honest. Like,
Cool. No. Okay, so more publishing, more traveling, more time in Baltimore.
More babies.
More babies. Some more help. And I guess that means more sex.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, well I think that's it.
This is the sound of her butt being clean. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, okay, so this is Amy interviewing Nina Kamui in Berlin with baby Nusha. And we'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you for listening to the Walking the Earth podcast. I want to give an extra special thank you to Amy for being our first ever guest host. I want to give a thank you to Nina and, of course, baby Nusha for the adorable baby sounds. If you have an idea for a Walking the Earth podcast episode, if you've recorded a conversation, or if you'd like to be a guest, email us at mike@wtepodcast.com or justin@wtepodcast.com. In the meantime, thanks for listening to Walking the Earth podcast, and we'll catch up with you next time. Take care.